节，这个是我们中华文化的一个根，是最好的一个契机，就是因为现在忙，你春节总能抽出一些时间，大家做一些情感之间的一些沟通和交流。
就像贴春联、放鞭炮，一年必须热闹一次。
就是喜庆，就是热闹，就是红火，一点都不就是吃，就是喝。
就是全世界华人的年夜饭，花开富贵，就是时尚，
就是很开心，
就是迎接新生命。
过年就是写福字，写春联，然后把红红火火的福字和春联送给亲朋好友。
春节就意味着我们又长大了一岁，还可以穿新衣服，
我们还能得到压岁钱呢，
可以收到好多玩具，
亲人们一起团聚，高高兴兴的。快回来吧，孩子们，我们年货都准备好了。
春节是中华民族5000年历史中的精华，干干净净、漂漂亮亮的，迎接我们的新春到来。
看见这些人滑着冰，也想到了自己内蒙老家，早点回家，过个吉祥安康的新年。
春节对于我们来说，就是回家，就是团圆。
好容易买一张火车票，趁着火车没开的时候，赶紧来买点年货。
我觉得春节对我来说就是亲朋好友聚在一起，吃喝玩乐，逛庙会。
I like Chinese New Year because of all the lights, the decoration and the firework.
It's a very exciting time and I really look forward to this spring festival.
让每个人回我们家感受一下中国的合家欢的这种气氛。
在2021年里，能够好好学习汉语，天天向上，身体健康，万事如意。
大家好，祝大家新年快乐，健康平安，心想事成。
祝大家新年快乐，身体健康，新的一年里工作学习都顺利。
祝大家牛年大吉，牛气冲天，牛牛牛！
祝大家新年快乐，万事如意！
Muy buenas tardes a todos. Saluda Ingrid Lázaro del área de cultural. En nombre del instituto quiero darles la más cordial bienvenida a esta. Durante toda esta semana hemos estado preparando diversas actividades sobre el Año Nuevo Chino. El día lunes empezamos con las tradiciones sobre el Año Nuevo Chino y hemos tenido un taller de corto por la mañana y ahora estamos con esta charla sobre caligrafía china. Mañana a las 11 de la mañana tendremos un taller teórico práctico sobre Tai Chi. Y el día jueves nuestra conferencia central sobre el horóscopo chino, las energías temporales para un buen año del medio ambiente. También quiero hacerles recordar que todas las personas que están participando, que se han inscrito a las diversas actividades durante esta semana, estarán participando del concurso por unos kits de Año Nuevo. Los resultados estarán saliendo el día lunes en nuestra página en Facebook y también en nuestra página web. Voy a dejarles a continuación con la profesora Zhou Sinong, que será la encargada de brindarles esta charla. La charla será en inglés, pero tiene textos en español para que todos podamos comprender. Muchas gracias a todos por su participación y espero que disfruten. Buenas tardes. Teacher Zhou.
Hello.
Oh, thank you, Glid. So I can start. Hello, everyone. How are you? I really like the video. It's a lot of Chinese New Year vibes. So happy early Chinese New Year, everybody. Okay, so first of all, welcome to the Chinese calligraphy, the cultural class. Hello. Okay, before the class, I want to introduce some words for this class, and this is very common used Chinese phrases in Chinese. The first one is hola, like hello, 你好. 你好, I think everybody know this. 你好. So how? Okay, the other one is 谢谢. 谢谢. You should really be careful with the tone because in Chinese we have the tone. So you should do like this. 谢谢. 谢谢. And yeah, and the other one is 再见. Like 再见. 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 So we got 你好. 谢谢. 再见. So we have hola, gracias, and adios. Yeah. So if you want to impress anyone, impress your Chinese friend, you can use these 3 words. 你好, 谢谢, and 再见. Okay, here we go. The Chinese calligraphy. So in today's cultural class, I'm going to introduce 4 parts of Chinese calligraphy. The first part is I want to introduce the Chinese character, why the Chinese character are very unique. Okay, the second one is about the calligraphy, and this is the cultural treasure of China. And the third one, I want to introduce like what material, what tools we use to practice calligraphy. That is called 4 treasures of study. And the last part, I want to we can appreciate like how to write the character and the beauty of the strokes. Okay, here we go. The first one, I want to ask you that which one do you think is the Chinese character? Do you have any idea? You can tell me. Okay.
4 or the 4?
4. Yeah, that's very this is a very correct answer. Like maybe you have learned Chinese before, or it's just easier. Yeah. Okay. The number 4 is Chinese character. What about number 3? Any ideas?
Also, but it is traditional character.
Yeah, this is a very professional answer. Thank you. So both, this one is tricky because both number 3 and number 4 are Chinese characters. The difference is number 3 is the traditional Chinese characters, and the 4th is the simplified Chinese characters, which is used in mainland of China. And number 3, the traditional characters are used in Taiwan, Macau, and Hong Kong. So why Chinese characters are unique? Because like you can see, here we go. For English, Happy New Year, or Spanish, Feliz Año Nuevo, you can read it from the text. You can read it like this is how you pronounce, but in Chinese, it's different. Like you cannot figure out what the pronunciation is just from the characters. So this is why the Chinese characters are very unique. So maybe you will think like there's no clue, like how can I pronounce like the words? So maybe for outsider, they will think Chinese characters are very mystical. They will think like this way, like how to write Chinese characters. Wow, this is so hard for me. But today I'm gonna give you a start, a warmer, like how to appreciate Chinese character and give you a little clue, like why the Chinese characters are very logical and how can you decode the language. Okay. Because I use example English and Chinese, maybe another alphabet language and Chinese. So English is linear, and Chinese characters are square shaped. Why? Because this is like the most complicated word in English and in Chinese. So you can see like this is linear because it's like you can write it from left to the right, and you can write it to any advance, like you can write it to anywhere. But for Chinese characters, you have to build up every strokes into a square, into a certain shape. So a square shape, that is. So this is one difference. So you may think like this one is so hard. Like how can I remember this much strokes? How can I write it? So if you want to write a Chinese character, you have to break it down into small units. For example, it can be break down into strokes. What is a stroke? Stroke is the smallest unit for a character. For example, this one. For this character, we have 8 strokes. So these are the basic strokes for the characters. Like this. These are all really the foundation of any Chinese characters. So this is too much. For example, the example I showed you last one is the most complicated Chinese character, and it's still really hard to remember all of them if you just remember it by strokes. So we put strokes together to build a radical like this. These are radicals. So some radicals are characters itself, like this one, and some characters cannot be used solo. You have to put them together to make them a character. So we have strokes, radical, and character. It's just not A, B, C, D. It's not alphabet. It's just strokes, radicals, and characters. So here we go. We have some pictures here. We have some object here, and we have some characters here. So which one do you think is which? Just have a guess.
The first is B.
4D.
2A.
4 is
4D.
4 is 4D.
1B, 2A. D3, C4, E5.
E5. Okay. So A goes to 2.
The second.
B goes to
first. 1.
The first. B goes to the first. So C goes to number 4. And D goes to
5. Oh no, 3.
D goes to number 3. Okay, the E goes to number 5. Okay, so you have no idea, like you have like before you have no knowledge about Chinese character, but you can have a guess like which is which. So this is Chinese characters. So for example, this one is like if you open your mouth wildly as big as possible, like so you got the mouth. So this one, the meaning is the mouth. So if this is it looks like this is a person, like a walking person. So you got a person. So this is a person. So this obviously is a tree. So you got a tree. So it means the tree. So this looks like a mountain. So you got a mountain. So like this is the sun. This is the sun. So you got the round one and a dot, something in the middle. So you got a sun. So this is like a moon. So, okay. So this one is like the water is running. So this one you got water. So this one is a fire because it looks like a fire. A fire. So this one is a door. So this is traditional character of the door. Yeah, and we simplified as this. So you got a door. So in the last 1 minute, how many characters have you remembered? Let's just have let's just have a review. Which one is this? What's the meaning of this?
Mouth.
The mouth.
The mouth. The mouth.
A person walking.
It's a person. It's a person. Yeah, it's a person.
Person.
Tree.
A tree. Yeah.
Tree.
Tree.
The mountain.
Okay, next one.
Door.
Okay. This one.
The sun. The sun.
Moon.
The moon.
Okay.
Agua.
The water.
See, you just spend 1 minute and you remember like 9 characters. So this is why I'm telling you Chinese characters are not hard at all. It's just you have to find the logic inside. So this is okay. So another type of character. Here we go. So this one is a line. It's a line. It's a line here. So this one means.
No necesariamente.
So this is a, sorry. This is a number. This is a number. Which number do you think it is?
One.
Yeah, this is the number 1. So number 1 is 1 line. So number 2 is 2 lines. So number 3 is 3 lines. What is number 4? 4 lines. Number 5 is 5 lines.
No,
that is not possible. So it's number 1, number 2, number 3. They are just lines here. So still, if you got a line here, sorry, I'll just show you. And if you got 1 line here, and something is above this line, and that means up. That means up, like something's up. So you got a line here. So you got something under the line. So it means
below.
Yeah, it means below. So yeah, this how interesting and how simple it is. So before you know, this is the person. This is the person. So 2 person together. 2 person together. So 1 person is
people
right after another person. So it means to
Follow.
Yeah, to follow. That's very correct. Yeah, that means to follow. And 3 person together, like 2 is the company, 3 is a crowd. So it means the crowd. So this one is person, and this line up there is like a person is stretching his arm like this. So it means big, like showing how big I am. So this one means big. So this is a person, to follow, the crowd, and the big. So this is a person. What's this part again? So this is a person. What's the meaning of this part?
The
The tree. Yeah, the tree. So if a person is leaning on the tree, that is a person to have a rest. So this means to have a rest. So if a person like living in the mountain, like far away from human beings, that means the super being. So if a person in a mouth, that is a person like in a trap. It's kind of a person trapped. So that means the person is a prisoner. Sorry. So we got to rest, the super being, immortal, and also the prisoners.
Prisoner.
Yeah, it's because this part, the characters are just we put one meaning and the other meaning together, so we got a new meaning. So like this, one is a tree, and two trees together is a woods, and three trees together is the forest. So one fire is a fire, and two fire is a flame, is hot, and three fires together is the flame. So okay, so this is like a brief introduction about Chinese character, and after today I think you can have an idea like which one is which, like you can have an idea about how Chinese character is very logical, and it's not that hard, in your mind. Okay, so this part we're going to introduce some calligraphy. So about the history of calligraphy. Okay, so this one is a turtle shell. It's a turtle shell. So in ancient time, like very long time ago, in Shang Dynasty. So this is people use this to record the event or record the divination to their god, and record the big events. So this is a proof of the earliest characters. It's called 甲骨文. So it's firstly discovered script by a scholar called Wang Yirong. So before this one is just used, it's called dragon bones. So it's just used as the Chinese herb medicine. So after Wang Yirong, people just discovered there's characters here, there's a script here. So we start to name it as 甲骨文. So it's the first calligraphy work, and also it's the first Chinese characters. So I want to emphasize like before in ancient time, people use like these brushes to write Chinese characters. So we don't have the paper, we don't have the pen like we use nowadays. So the calligraphy is the same thing as the Chinese character writing. So the history of calligraphy, and it's also the history of Chinese characters. So these are not separable. So as it's developed, so this kind of character, the seal characters came out. So as you can see before in the 甲骨文, like you have to use a knife to curve things on it. So this is very sharp, like everything is so strict. So from this kind of characters, so it's more curvy. So it's more curvy here. And also in that kind of history, in that part, people just use pictures and just kind of draw the pictures on the shells. So from this part, people just simplified the pictures into more abstract characters. So it's a little bit more abstract. So so when the society and when the dynasty develops, there are more connection before the central government and the local government. So more documents, more connections. So we need like more efficient writing system to write. So this character just came, this kind of characters called official script just came out. So it's called 隶书. 隶书 is Li characters or ancient script. So you can see like this is like more straight, more in square shape. It's like the foundation is a starter for the Chinese characters developed. And also here in Tang Dynasty, there is a formal script. So this has become the commonly used in the early Tang Dynasty, and it's become a new basic calligraphy style of the third generation used for the following 1,300 years. So this is it's the foundation of the modern Chinese characters. So it's basically like the modern traditional Chinese characters. So we write the Chinese characters like this, and then we also write the calligraphies as this. So from Tang Dynasty, from the formal script, we developed another like calligraphy styles. So one is called the running script, and one is called the cursive hand. So can you see some difference between these two scripts? Yeah, because one, for a Chinese person, for the running script, I can recognize the characters. I can see which is which, what is what. But for this cursive handing, it's like more art. For me or for another Chinese person, I don't know which character is this. So it's just art. It's art. So you can see how to appreciate a Chinese calligraphy work, like why this is an art, because you can see like this, you can see some strokes are very thick and some strokes are very thin. So some are very dark and some are very light. So this is showing the emotional or showing the feeling of the calligrapher. So that is why this is art. And practicing Chinese calligraphy, I think like to make you really calm down, to let you sit here like really calm, to give you, I think you can easily find inner peace when you practice the Chinese calligraphy. So also the Chinese calligraphy is not only the art, it's also like it's connected in our daily life, like it's involved in our daily life very much. So this one is called the Chinese New Year or the Spring Festival couplet. So, and this time is Chinese New Year time, and this is like the Spring Festival season. So people would go to the market and buy a lot of the Chinese New Year couplet, and they put up on the New Year. So tomorrow is the Chinese New Year Eve. So before the midday of the Chinese New Year Eve, we have to put up this on our doors. So you can see like each family gonna put up with this on their doors. So these are couplet. So it expresses the good wishes for the new year, and it's in red because red is the color we think is lucky in Chinese culture. And also the things we use is this, is fu. It's called 符. This is how we're going to put up the 符 here. So can you see that the 符 is different from the other things, from like how we put it there is different. Can you see like why is it different?
Upside down.
Upside down.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, okay, it's right there, sorry. It's right in Spanish. So this is 符 is upside down. Why is upside down? Because upside down in Chinese is 倒了. In Chinese 到了. So upside down is also means to arrive. So we call it 符到了. It's like the 符, the character 符 is upside down, and also it means the 符, the lucky is arrived. The lucky arrived. So this is like we want the good luck to arrive to our doors. It's just express the feeling, the express we want good luck for the next new year. Also, the calligraphy is used in our daily life. For example, the weddings. So this character means double lucky, double happiness. So we use a lot. We use this character in a Chinese paper cutting way, or in all for the decoration. This one is in the pillow, so it's in the calligraphy way or in the Chinese paper cutting way. So but however, it's Chinese calligraphy. And the other one is longevity. So when the the old person have their birthdays, we give them a birthday cake with this character in it, and also we can give them something with this character. It's called 寿. It means long life. So we use this in a calligraphy way to give it to the old person for the birthday. And also calligraphy is also involved when people's death, like in the tomb, like we write the names. This is the names, like a father's name, a mother's name, in a calligraphy way. So also the Chinese painting and the Chinese calligraphy are all ink art. So this have more connection with Chinese painting. So normally a Chinese painter, a traditional Chinese painter will leave some space for the calligraphy. So they can write the name and the reason and the signature and to whom right here. So the calligraphy and the art and the painting, so together this is art. Yeah. So normally a good Chinese painter is also a good Chinese calligrapher. Okay, so here we go. What we use, what materials or what tools to use to practice Chinese calligraphy. So we called it 文房四宝. 文房四宝, it means 4 treasures of study. So before we don't have a pen like this, so we have a brush like this. So people use this kind of brush to write Chinese calligraphy. So there is a specific way, like how you should hold the Chinese the brush, just like this. So 1 finger here and 2 finger here. You should, like, this is standard way. You have to hold your brush like this. You can do it with a chopstick, with a pen. Yeah, you can try this. So you have to do this, like put this vertical, and you have to hold it like this. So this brush is made of goat hair or rabbit hair or the tail hair of weasel. So because this okay, you have brush too. So this brush can soak ink or water really well. So we use this to practice the calligraphy, and we use the tip of the brush. We only use the tip to practice. Yeah. So this is not good because it is very dry. So you can see very hairy here. So you should dip it in the water to put it like this in the picture, like this in the picture, like put it like more concentrate like this. So the other thing we use is a couple. It's ink and inkstone. So we put ink on the inkstone and rubbing it. So you got this more. We call it more is ink. So you got the ink. So we dip in the ink, and so you can write characters on the paper. So what paper we're gonna use? It's called 宣纸, like 宣 paper. So it's just like this is a particular for the Chinese calligraphy practice. So the 宣 paper is white, delicate, soft, and resistant to insect. So it can keeps color for a long time, and because it can observe the water and observe the ink really well. So the ink on the paper demonstrates our different appearance. So why? Because like how hard you push your brush on the paper, and how much ink or how watery your brush is, it shows differently on the paper. So this is why this is the art. Yeah, like you have to practice a lot to make it like beautiful, and perfectly. Yeah, so it takes a lot of effort. Okay, so here comes the last part. The last part is like how we're gonna use the brush to write characters. So we have to use it strokes. We have to write it strokes by stroke. I have to emphasize that this is not how we write Chinese characters on the regular paper, like with a pen with a pencil. We just write it really easily. But this is how we use a brush to write characters on the 宣 paper. Okay, so we can watch a video and to have more specific idea about how to write characters on the 宣 paper.
Writing brush, ink, paper, and inkstone are commonly called as four treasures of study room. Writing brush. The original material of Chinese writing brush is mainly made by animals' hair, which is goat hair, yanghao, and wolf hair, langhao. The size of writing brush is also divided into different types, and generally we use the medium and large size one. At the first time of using the brush,
Sorry.
Writing brush, ink, paper, and inkstone are commonly called as four treasures of study room. Writing brush. The original material of Chinese writing brush is mainly made by animals' hair, which is goat hair, yanghao, and wolf hair, langhao. The size of writing brush is also divided into different types, and generally we use the medium and large size one. At the first time of using the brush, Dip it into a clean water to carefully wash it. Dry it without sunlight. We will use the tip and center of the brush when we write. Ink, the color and written material of calligraphy. Paper, rice paper, thinner than normal one, provides the ink from spreading out. Inkstone, the tool used to hold the ink. And now we can start to learn how to write Chinese calligraphy. Before that, we need to prepare the table like what we did. There are two types of writing posture. One is stand writing. Another is sit writing. For beginners, sitting position is better. And now we have a student. He should straight back, use stress of hand, wrist, and shoulder. Beginners have to notice that the wrist is above on the desk. Hold the brush with thumb. Put your forefinger and middle finger in the front, supporting the ring finger and little finger below. Use your thumb to fix it. Keep a certain distance between palm and the brush. It might be a little bit shiver in the beginning. After several times of practice, it will be easier to control the brush. The first stroke we have to learn is horizontal stroke. There are 3 steps. Start from right to the left. Touch the tip of the brush on the paper and turn it to the opposite direction. Tip the brush downward, pause a little, turn right, end the stroke, pause, turn the brush back to the left. The second stroke is perpendicular downstroke. There are 3 steps. Start from top to the bottom. Pay attention to the second arrow. Begin the stroke by moving the brush to the left, then to the right. Pull the center part of the brush down. End the stroke with leaving a sharp point. The third stroke is dot. There are 2 steps to finish the dot, and pay attention to the last step. Move the brush slightly to the left upward, then turn it to the right downward. Turn the brush slightly downward. Now turn it to the left as you end the dot. The fourth stroke is downstroke to the left. There are 3 steps. Start from top to the bottom. Pay attention to the second and third arrow. It begins with the left upward stroke. Turn the brush to the right, downward. Bring the center part of the brush to the left downward. Lift the brush from the paper as you end the stroke. The last basic stroke is wave-like stroke. There are 3 steps. Begin from left to the right. Pay attention to the second and third step. Begin the stroke by moving the brush tip to the left upward. Bring the brush to the right and downward. Continue moving the brush to the right. Lift the brush when you end the stroke.
So these are some basic strokes, like how you're gonna write the Chinese character in a calligraphy way. Okay, so this is pretty much about the calligraphy cultural class today. Thank you for your coming. Remember this word, how to say thank you in Chinese?
谢谢。
OK， 谢谢大家 ，Thank you，
谢谢
大家，
谢谢
，Thank you everyone， 谢谢大家，拜拜 ，Have a good night，
拜拜，谢谢呢，谢谢。
Muchas gracias a todos por participar en la clase de hoy, en la sesión, en la charla virtual sobre caligrafía china. La clase ha estado a cargo de la profesora Zhou Sinong. Esperamos que todos hayan disfrutado sobre este arte tan tradicional en China y que se usa mucho en estas festividades con el carácter Fu. Agradecemos a todos su participación. Quisiera ver si nos podríamos tomar una foto todos juntos. He visto que algunas personas han hecho sus trazos. De repente podemos tomar una foto todos juntos. Teacher Zhou, we can take a picture together, please. Ok, ¿podrían encender todos sus cámaras para poder tomar una foto final con la profesora Zhou? ¿Sí? Genial. Voy a hacer el conteo regresivo. 3, 2, 1. Listo. Muchas gracias a todos por participar. Los invitamos a las 3 actividades que nos quedan. Mañana el taller de Tai Chi a las 11 de la mañana. A las 5 de la tarde estaremos publicando un video sobre bocaditos chinos. Y el día jueves tendremos nuestra conferencia sobre el Año Nuevo Chino. Muchas gracias a todos. Buenas tardes. Que tengan buen día.
Gracias.
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 Bye.